Hey friends, so as y'all know, I'm a first year medical student, and I'm here to justify why me and my friends go out probably 2 to 3 times a week. So if you want to hear a little bit more about that, stay tuned. Okay, that was a lie, y'all. I'm not that crazy. I'm a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little crazy, but I'm not that crazy. But hey y'all, my name is Julian. Welcome back to Julian to the MD. Today I'm just gonna be justifying going out on the weekends as a medical student, forms of hyper socialization, if you will, if that's even a word. So yeah, if you want to hear more about that and my experience with just like social life medical school, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so as I just said, y'all, I do not go out 2 or 3 times a week. I'm really not that crazy. I don't think that would be a good choice for anybody in medical school, to be honest. But with that said, you know, me and my friends do go out probably once a week. Most weeks we'll go out like on Friday or Saturday. Before, when we first started, probably like the first few weeks, we probably went out, you know, most Fridays and Saturdays, honestly. Can't really say if that was the best decision or a bad decision, but you know, it was a decision we made for our mental health and just like making friends, being social, trying not to, you know, let medical school encompass our whole entire lives, which at this point it kind of does, honestly. But yeah, so you know, in medical school, I found it extremely important to socialize, you know, in any area of life, in any situation, whether it's college, high school, middle school, working a job. Like, socialization is very important just for being a person in general. But in medical school, and I can only speak from my experience, and you know, being in medical school, I can't speak for other, you know, like dental students, law students, whatever, but I'm speaking for medical school specifically. I found it to be extremely important to socialize because school really has taken over our whole entire lives, y'all. Like, you know, I know people hear things about medical school, and you can only know like what you hear, but until you really experience it, I promise you, y'all have no idea what we go through on a day-to-day basis. Like, there's just no way, you know what I mean? There's no way for y'all to know. And that's why I'm here to explain it to y'all, because somebody, we have to convey it to y'all somehow, because I really want other people to understand like our day-to-day life and like how much stress and like, see, I don't want to be negative, but like medical school is kind of like traumatizing a little bit. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, obviously, but it's kind of traumatizing at some points, and I've only been here for like 2 months, and I'm sure it'll get worse, but that's beside the point. But you know, we study every single day, and we have class every single day, and we're learning like a week's worth plus of like college material, more in depth, like in like 1 or 2 lectures for like 2 hours. And so like we don't really continue anything. We learn something and we move on to the next thing. And so we have to study a lot. Like, even studying all day from like 1 o'clock to like 7, 8 o'clock, studying while making dinner, studying after dinner, studying at the gym when I'm on the Stairmaster, and then sometimes if I'm like watching TV before I go to bed, studying then, it's like I'm still struggling to keep up with the content. And so it becomes extremely hard to just like keep doing that every single day. Like the fatigue that we experience, like the mental stress of like trying to learn everything because we want to pass the tests and get high scores, because then that determines residency. It's just like the stress is built on top of each other. So I think that's what makes socializing very, very, very important, because like, if somebody went through this and didn't really socialize, I think that it'd be really easy to fall into like a hole that you can't come out of. I mean, the rates of people dropping out of medical school are very high, and not that I have any intentions on doing this, because I'm not, y'all. I'm in it to win it. Like, this is all I ever want to do. This is all I ever want to do. This is all I want to do. This is all I will do. And so But I do see why it's common for people to drop out of medical school, because it's very hard. Like, it's hard in ways that I really can't even convey to y'all. And so, socializing really takes like a little bit of that stress off. It doesn't take that much. But it takes a little bit of that stress off. Like, even studying with your friends, like if you just look over, like we'll be studying and then you just look at somebody and smile or make a face, but like, and just keep studying. It's like just like little things like that, like really just like give you the push to keep going, because like I keep saying it's very hard. It's very hard. So like with that, yeah, like we do go out on the weekends, and honestly, like I told y'all, the first few weeks we went out twice a week, like respectfully, faithfully, every single week. Don't know how I did that. Honestly, I didn't even go out that much in college. That's the thing. Like towards the end of college, yeah, I was going out, most weekends, but only once. We were going out twice. We've kind of slowed down that, which I appreciate and I love it, because it was getting to be too much, to be very honest. But like even now, we still do go out like at least like once a week. And you often hear about the fact that medical students don't really have time to like go out. They don't have time to like have hobbies, have time to do fun things and all of that. And honestly, it's very true. And I know that like some of the things I'm saying is like contradicting each other, because if we don't have time to do these things, how are we doing them? That's a good question. So you really just have to make the time. And unfortunately, see, being a medical student is toxic, because we see making time for socialization and like self-care as like taking time away from studying, when it's really just making time to take care of yourself. And that's the thing. That's why, I always have to talk to my friends. The medical student mindset is very, very, very toxic. And you'll hear me say this in like a lot of my old videos, a lot of my future videos. I say this all the time because it's very true. And it just like comes to my mind a lot. Like, it's very toxic because like we really see taking time to just like enjoy life and be a person and replenish ourselves as time away from studying, time wasted. That's very sad. But at least I'm aware of it, so that, I don't know, that doesn't really help, because like I still feel that way, but I don't know, maybe I can just work on not feeling that way. So that's why being aware is very important. This video is all over the place, and I hope that y'all are taking something away from it. But basically, don't go into medical school thinking that like you can't focus on like your own personal life and having fun, because medical school is like your entire life, because it really is. But you really just have to like make time to like go out and have fun, self-care. Like if you like drinking, if you don't, that's totally fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But like if you like to drink, just go to a bar with your friends like on like a Friday. You can even just like, you don't have to go out. You can literally just go like to a bar from like 9 to like 10:30 and just go home and chill, which we've been doing lately, which has been nice as well, instead of like going out until like 2. But yeah, socialization is very, very, very important. And also in terms of socialization, like you really need that to also build a support system for yourself, because, and I've also said this in some of my old videos, I kind of repeat things that, I think are like very valuable. But you need a support system that really understands. Our parents, they do their best to understand. And I love them for that, I really do. But if you don't actually go through this process, then you really like, you can only know so much. Like that's with anything in life. It just is what it is. I wouldn't know what it's like for somebody in law school. I can support them if one of my friends went to law school, but I would never fully understand what they go through, because they go through a lot. Being in medical school is hard. Being in law school, that's another thing. But you really need people who really understand like what you're going through and are going through it with you to support you as well. And so socializing really helps like build that like supportive foundation as well. I've found friends who like, you know, we just like, we support each other. We motivate each other to keep going. Like when we don't feel like studying, we help each other out when we're like confused about something. Even like going out with each other, like we replenish each other. Just like being around them replenishes me. So yeah. Okay, I hope this video wasn't too all over the place, but the main idea, that sounds too like high school essay-ish, but the main point that I wanted to make was that socialization is important in medical school, regardless of if you feel like it's taken away from your study time, because it really is, but you shouldn't think about it that way. It's very important for building a strong foundation to support you, to replenish yourself, to replenish your motivation, to not make you so fatigued all the time. And yeah, it's just vital. And you know, I'm not trying to give people unwarranted advice about how to live their lives, but if you're in medical school, please socialize with other students so that you don't fall into like the trap of just like isolating yourself and medical school taking over your life and everything you value being rooted in medical school. Yeah. But without further ado, I will stop blabbering about whatever I'm talking about. But I appreciate y'all for tuning into my channel, Julian to the MD. If you're looking for medical school advice, medical school vlogs, I haven't posted in a minute. It's been like a few weeks, but I'm trying to get back on it. These past few weeks have been a lot. I'm in medical school, so that's gonna be my excuse for everything. I'm in medical school, so like, what do you want me to do? Sorry, like, yeah, but please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below. Any video ideas that y'all want to see. But yeah, I will talk to y'all later, and peace out. And good luck to my other medical students. Y'all got this. If y'all got tests coming up, ace it.